Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be doing my top 5 favourite cars at this point in time. So, in the background today I've got some, I think it's Battlefield 1 gameplay, and then maybe something else if this speaking goes on for longer than 8 minutes, because that's how long the gameplay goes on for. So, why don't we just jump straight into the cars. Okay, so my fifth, so the least favourite on this list, but not least of course, is the Aston Martin 177. Now, I like this car because, well, it's really fast, and also I like the Aston Martins as a brand, so the fact that they've released a hypercar is really cool. So, and the interior, I'll probably put a picture up on the screen of like, as I'm talking about certain pieces of the car. The interior is really nice, kind of leather. I love the steering wheel. The only thing they could do is maybe add like a screen, because the picture I'm looking at the moment I can't really see a centre console screen. I would personally get it, all these cars in automatic, because I prefer that to manual. You've got engine wise, it's I think it's a V8 or something. Well, it's mid-mounted, so obviously it's on the back. And you can add a sports exhaust, etc. And yeah, it's just a really, really cool car all around. Because most Astons are just like really good looking, but you can't use them as track cars usually. But this one, you could also use it as a track car because it's got really good like braking and transmission, and it's really good for corners. Okay, my fourth favourite car on the list is the Nissan GTR. Sorry about my speaking today. Specifically the Recaro edition, as it adds some nice seats and some nice stitching. So this car sells from around £81,000, and the max speed is around 195.7 mph, but with some tuning can go to over 200 miles an hour. So the Recaro is 3.8 V6 twin turbo, which is a really, really nice engine. And I'm going to go on to some specs here. I believe it's about 420 horsepower. So let's have a look. Road tax, well, that's not important, £500 around. Fuel economy, that's quite an important one. So 22 to 24 miles per gallon. So fuel economy isn't the greatest, but that's to be expected on a supercar like this. Well, you might say it's a sports car, but I'd say it's a supercar. 0 to 60 is brilliant though. It's 2.6 to 3.4 seconds, which is really nice for a car of like around that horsepower. Yeah, because it can go up to 591, but that's still really, really nice for that kind of car. Whoa, I've just seen a Nissan GTR Coupe for only 16 grand. That's a really good deal. But anyway, yeah, so also it's really, really menacing looking, and the inside, I really like the screen that's on the like the dials, and you know, and if you add some like chrome rims and like I'll wrap it like a bluey colour, like a sky blue, it would look really cool, and I'd have like a nice wing on the back. So yeah, that's why I like the Nissan GTR. Now my third favourite car out on the list is the Rolls-Royce Wraith. Now this is kind of a wild card because it's a luxury vehicle, but it's still a V12 if you get the Black Badge edition. But yeah, this sells from £240,000, so it's a lot more than this GTR, and I'm not sure if it is worth that, but I guarantee it probably is. Because of it has a lot more features than the Nissan GTR, and I'll give it that. So max speed 155.3 miles per hour, acceleration 0 to 62 miles per hour, 4.5 to 4.6 seconds. Now that actually beats out a lot of sports cars, if I am honest. Now, Wraith I'm going to say, it brings back like a lot of the elements of the old cars, like the long wheelbase, the nice leather interior, the doors. It has all those things, plus a lot of more technical features such as the like, you know, the stars in the sky. There's like a story about like a billionaire who said he wanted to get his diamonds encrusted in the roof, and they did, but he didn't like it, so he didn't want it to be there all the time. So they basically made it so like it's stars. It's like an image of stars that you can turn on. They replicate the night sky and the day. It's got a nice pop-out automatic transmission. Yeah, this is one car that I can't actually fault unless you're looking for a powerful car. You really can't fault this one, so yeah. Let's move on to the second favourite. Okay, so my second favourite car of all time is the Bugatti Chiron. Now, it used to be the Veyron, which would have been my second favourite, but now, as Bugatti, Toyota, whoever you say, have released the Bugatti Chiron, which is a really, really, really brutal looking car, and with a nice light blue wrap, as I said on the Nissan GTR, looks really, really nice. And one cool feature I do like about it is the fact that it's got a squared off steering wheel, and you see those in, for example, Golfs, Audi R8s, things like that, and also like Ferraris. And that's really cool because it gives you a nice grip whilst you're driving. If I was to pick an interior preference, I'd probably go for like the brownish leather with like, and I'd probably give it, as I said before, light blue wrap outside. I also like the transmission lever because it's like, it's kind of on a joystick kind of base, and it looks really nice to use. I believe there's like a little mini screen over the centre, not in the centre console, where the dials are, so that's good because you can be watching the road as well as looking at your screen. And basically, one thing that obviously stands out to me about this car is the absolute speed. So it's the third fastest production car that people can actually drive on the road, and it's electronically limited. It's electronically limited to 261 miles per hour for safety, because you can't. It just wouldn't be safe on the roads to drive that far. But if you take off the limiter, you could achieve around 288 miles per hour. So one thing that is not great about this car is the price. So if I just look it up here, wait, give me one second. Oh no, I just typed up the Veyron's price. Let's just look up Chiron. Bugatti Chiron costs around 2.4 million euros, which is 1.7 to 2.7 million dollars, which I'm not sure is around. I'm not sure in pounds. Okay, here it is, 2.5 million pounds, and that it's very expensive even for the supercar market, because that beats out your 918 Spiders, most of your like top of the range, even your Aventadors, a lot of your top of the range supercars, price wise. But there are reasons why it does that. So yeah, let's move on to my top car of all time. So my favourite car of all time at this point in time is the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. I was going to say the original, but the Performante is a really, no, Superleggera, because it adds roadster, because and I'll probably get it in a roadster, because it's like, you can't, if you think Lamborghini, when you think of nice cars as a kid, you think of your Ferraris, your Lambos. But I've always been interested in Lamborghinis because of the looks, in my opinion, are wait. Sorry, I'm just looking it up because I'm doing all this on my phone. Well, not the audio, but the research. And I've always thought that Lamborghinis look much nicer because, I don't know, it's just something about the curves of the car, etc. And also, to be honest, it's not that high of a price for. Sorry about this. Superleggera price. So the price is around 242,000 US dollars. So think about it. That's only around quarter of the less than quarter of the price of the Bugatti Chiron. Around, sorry, because our maths are terrible. Around quarter of the price, around less than quarter of the price of the Bugatti Chiron, and it's, to be honest, it's the interior wise, it's much nicer, to be honest. And if I just take a look inside, because it's got the rounded off steering wheel, it's got it's like a spaceship inside that car, and obviously because it's got really nice like finish on the steering wheel, which for example is the it's kind of rubbery feel, but it's like a nice rubbery feel. One downside to it is that it's only 2 seats. Also, because another good thing about it is that if you're a person who likes to drive manual, you can drive on the stick shift. One reason why I would prefer the Supergiro over the original is just the engine sound when you turn it on, because you flick up the switch, you press the button, it just has the nicest sound ever. So yeah, I'll see if I can find a sound. Probably can't, but yeah. So yeah, it's also one amazing thing is that as it's an electronic display on the dials, you can change what it is from the map to the speedometer to the mile, the odometer, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, I just absolutely love it, and yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. I've been Charlie168. You guys have been awesome. I'll see you next time. Peace.